Greetings. Welcome to the Art Show. And on this show, we'll be analyzing everything that is basketball for you. We're dedicated to analyzing the NBA, the stats, the game. But we're not just limited to that. We'll be watching everything that's on and off the court. It be entertainment, old fashioned. We'll be taking it for you. So let's dive in. And don't forget to subscribe and to like. Thank you.
Chris Paul waited 16 years to finally make it to the NBA Finals, but the quest for an NBA championship ended in 6 games with the all-star point guard losing out. CP3 has an opt-out option that can make him a free agent this offseason, leaving our very own Mark Spears to speculate, will Chris Paul run it back with Phoenix with the Suns losing in the finals?
So the first team that I'd like to dig into, the team with the biggest rumors right now is, of course, the Golden Boys, the so-called Kings of LA, Los Angeles Lakers. The two players, or I could say the three players, they're currently saying they want to let go to bring in better talent that will take them to the playoffs this coming season is Dennis Schroeder and Kyle Kuzma. And recently they added THT to the list, and I don't know why they added THT to the list, considering that he's young talent. I felt like he was going to be a future prospect for the team. He's still got a lot to bring to the table, unlike Dennis or Kyle. And my question is, how are they going to trade Kyle or Kuzma? Is it going to be individual trades, or they're going to have a package deal for them? I believe that Dennis Schroeder or Kyle Kuzma should be a package deal, because right now there is no team that will take them individually. There's no team I see where they lack, and a piece like Dennis Schroeder or Kyle Kuzma could fit in and be as effective. So for them to get in a better player than that, it should be a trade. It should be a package deal, and I feel like teams will consider actually trading them. So before we go in, there's a few terms that you're probably going to see throughout this video, considering how money is spent in the NBA. The first term we're going to talk about is what we call dead cap. What is dead cap? Dead cap means players that are released but still getting paid. When a player is still getting paid by an organization, they still write down how much money they owe that player. It's basically guaranteed money that even though it's no longer playing or whatever, it's guaranteed money due to the contract terms and conditions. They still have to pay this player. And then the next thing is cap hold. Cap hold is the money that's saved to pay free agents or players that are going to be free agents in the coming season. And then the next term is expectations. Expection is basically a form of grant that a team has or a franchise has that can use to sign in new players. If they're still under the luxury tax, they can use that money to sign in players. And then there's what we call luxury tax total. This basically indicates how much a team has or how much a team can spend. And if ever a team exceeds that total, they actually get fined. Well, that's a summary of those terms, and I'm actually still learning. If I got something wrong, please leave a comment so that I can learn also. This is new to me on how this contract works. You know there's people in that contract that will never really write everything in full for you to understand. But yeah, those are the terms.
And Russell Westbrook over CP3.
Perk, I know he the Brody, man, but sometimes he can't hit the ocean if he was in a boat, right? And what the Lakers need is spacing. Why do they need spacing? Because LeBron is a guy who likes to drive, and also he's going to be driving in transition to where Anthony Davis occupies that real estate. So I want somebody like CP3 that can come down and facilitate, that can take the pressure off, much like Rondo did a couple of seasons ago when they won the championship. It was Rondo's basketball acumen, his ability to get guys lined up in the right place. And I'm not saying that Russell can't do that, but...
Okay. I feel like Kendrick Perkins, to a certain degree, he is right. Comparing Russell Westbrook to Chris Paul, Russell Westbrook is a more aggressive player. He's a more attacking player. This is not basically what Russell Westbrook has over Chris Paul. Even though, well, I think the shooting percentage are almost similar, or if they're to be different, either by a point or two. I feel like Russell Westbrook is more advantageous in this situation, and he'll be a greater fit for this duo because he is as aggressive as this duo is, and he can maintain the tempo or decrease or just maintain the game for them. But if you're to talk about maintaining the tempo, the way LeBron and AD play is such an aggressive game that I don't feel that Chris Paul might be able to play considering his age right now. I don't think he will play, even though Russell Westbrook and Chris Paul are also around about the same age. I still feel like Russell Westbrook is more aggressive than Chris Paul is, and he is more attacking than Chris Paul is, which would be a good add. Not just a player that's looking forward to shooting, but they're probably also looking for a player that can sometimes drive to the bucket and be a danger to the big man in certain situations. So now, why do I say Russell Westbrook is a better fit? Let's look at his stats of 2020 stats. I think he's still playing with the Wizards, or he's still playing with the Wizards. For the 65 games Russell Westbrook played, he played 36.4 minutes, and he averaged 22.2 points per game with a 43.9 field goal percentage, with 11.5 rebounds and 11.7 assists. Well, those stats, as you can see for yourself, they're already greater or better than Dennis Schroeder and Kyle Kuzma combined. So that's what I'm saying. If ever they had to trade for a player like Russell Westbrook or even Chris Paul, they should consider Dennis Schroeder and Kyle Kuzma as a trade package. Because surely they're already leaving. Dennis Schroeder and Kyle Kuzma, they're already leaving. We've already got a statement from Magic Johnson himself. Even though he's not a member of the board, his words are still valued by society. He already said that Dennis Schroeder and Kyle Kuzma are not Lakers type of players. So surely they are going to leave. But how are you going to trade them? I feel like there should be a trade package that will bring more interest to or more value to them, which will probably give them a greater chance to bring in a higher packed player like your Russell Westbrook. And on top of that, Russell Westbrook is currently going to his third year of a 5-year deal that's worth 20 million. So yeah, they can afford him to cut the cap space for him. Why not go out and get a player like Russell Westbrook or Chris Paul, depending on who you want? Because Chris Paul also got his own attributes that can be greater or give him more stature than Russell Westbrook. But yeah. And then the second team we're currently gonna look at is the Golden State Warriors. Firstly, we're gonna speak about the fact that Klay Thompson is coming back. So yes, the Splash Brothers are gonna be reunited this coming season. But is it enough though, considering how many teams are currently building super teams and how many teams are healthier than the Golden States firstly, and how many teams are adding in other players? So is the mixture of Klay Thompson and Steph Curry still enough for them to even be contenders for the championship? I don't think so. I feel like they could be a danger to a couple of teams, but to be contenders or to even reach conference finals with just those two pieces, I don't think so. So I actually did a few research, and I noticed, or I saw something interesting. The Golden State, there are two players that the Golden State wanna trade for. I don't know if this could actually happen or it's just more rumors. Well, everything we're talking about currently is rumors, which could happen, which could be true in the future. We don't know. The two players they're currently looking for, it's Bradley Beal and Damian Lillard. I don't have much to say about that. I'm gonna let you spam my comment section and tell me, between those two, who do you prefer? Who do you think could add value to the Golden State? Who do you think is more likely to be traded? Like, basically, I'm asking, who do you think, if this trade could go down between these two, who do you think the Golden State has a greater chance of bringing into the team? I'm gonna let you comment on that.
Well, first of all, two players. Number one, Damian Lillard, which I don't think they'll be able to get. Because Damian Lillard with Klay Thompson and Steph Curry, I don't even think it would be fair. The other thing would be Ben Simmons. I think Ben Simmons would be an incredible asset to the Golden State Warriors because he would no longer have to worry about his shot. The playmaker that he is, the talent. Ben Simmons can't shoot. Ben Simmons doesn't even try to shoot. I hear he's got a new shooting coach or what have you. We'll see how that works. But his career, his first 4 years in the league, shows he doesn't even try to shoot. Here's the thing. Wouldn't even matter in Golden State. If Klay Thompson comes back healthy, and Klay Thompson and Steph Curry are healthy together, this is the greatest shooting backcourt in the history of basketball reunited. With a playmaker who's a defensive stalwart like a Ben Simmons, oh my goodness, that's all you need in order to win the championship. Again, I don't know if it could happen or not, but if I could sit up there and I do that, whether it's Draymond or Wiseman or both, with a Ben Simmons and a Klay and Steph healthy, that's a championship right there. That's right, I said it. Championship right there. By the way, with no moves whatsoever, the Golden State Warriors are destined for a trip to the conference finals next year if Klay Thompson and Steph Curry are both in the lineup healthy.
Well, to what Stephen A just spoke about, the idea or his opinion of Ben Simmons moving to the Golden State, it actually sounds possible considering what he could bring to the table for the Golden State. He's a great playmaker that we can't deny. The only deficit that Ben Simmons has is the inability of him to take a shot. So if he ever had to join a team like Golden State, whereby he has two prolific three-point shooters, not just two three-point shooters, I think it'll make his playing skill easier because he doesn't have to shoot. All he has to do is take the ball up, pass, release, or do what he can do best, which is drive and be a danger to the big man. He will be a good piece for the Golden State, but the other trade, which I believe also could be actually good for him, is for him to join San Antonio's and be coached by the great Popovich. Why do I say San Antonio's? Firstly, San Antonio's is a small market, considering him coming from Philly with all that attention that he's been getting right now. Maybe that's why he's probably feeling negative or he's been under the weather, because the market there, the media is bigger compared to San Antonio's. So I feel like if he ever had to go to a team like San Antonio where the media is not as massive as it is, he can take his time to gain skill, gain a bit more confidence in his play, just be more relaxed and comfortable in his position. And due to the fact that San Antonio's currently are not even runner-ups or contenders for a championship league, it's going to ease his mind because he knows that there's nothing great or big to achieve with San Antonio. So all he has to do right now, he has to better his game. He's still young, he's still got time. So I feel like between the Golden State and the San Antonio Spurs move, if he had to move from Philly, which I also feel like he's not going to do anytime soon, I think San Antonio will be a better piece. He's still young, but he just needs a place whereby he can shade away from the media, basically. He doesn't need cameras pointing out all his mistakes at the moment. He doesn't need cameras influencing or trying to make decisions for him, or he just doesn't need the media at this moment in time. So San Antonio's would be the best. Well, compared to other small teams, San Antonio is still in between. Is as much as it doesn't have a lot of media attention, it also has. but not enough to bring his confidence down any more than it is currently. So, yeah, San Antonio's would be a better fit than any other team for me right now, considering they also have the cap space and they got the players to trade if they wanted. They could give the 76ers, well, well, if they're to give him DeMar DeRozan, then I don't see why he should go to San Antonio's. But they have those type of players that they can send over to the 76ers, like Mills, which the 76ers need. They need a point guard currently. If they're going to trade a point guard for a direct or direct position, not an opposite position, but direct position, I feel like Mills is a good fit with money on top. But yeah, they got pieces. San Antonio's got pieces to make the trade achievable and to make the trade a reality and not a dream. Sorry for that.
On Friday night in Tampa, they beat Miami 101-81, and that's swatted away by Turner.
Yeah, Johnson trying to go to the rim.
Scored 21 points, his third 20-point game of the year.
I mean, they're in a zone, Chris. They basically play a lot of zone-like principles, matchup zone.
Brogdon finds Holiday, who finds Turner for his second three. Cut off with 2 to shoot. Watanabe. Turner blocks the shot.
Really good block because he was going to
nearly 17 per game, and we have seen it here. Baines blocked by Turner. Anunoby drives it hard, and Turner may have gotten his 5th block. Flynn, the other 4, all undrafted. McConnell to Turner. Basket and a foul.
I tell you, McConnell's been the difference. Oh boy, don't let him get away. Miles Turner got the block.
Well, this is an unlikely player to speak about. The young man here, his name is Miles Turner. How I stumbled upon this guy was basically I was searching for plays that I felt are fitted or suited for a team like the Clippers. I feel like the Clippers still don't have a prolific big man. Well, yeah, Zubac is somehow good, but he's not the big man that you could say could win you a championship or could even what could I say? Unlike your Jokic or your even Pau Gasol, we can't even put him on that stature or on that level because he's not there yet. And of course, DeMarcus Cousins, I don't think he'll ever be as healthy or be the old DeMarcus Cousins that we once knew. So right now, the Clippers are not sitting on a big man. They don't have a prolific big man. They don't have a big man that they can put on the starting 5 that can be aggressive on the paint, or also be aggressive outside the paint and put in those 2-pointers like your AD, your Anthony Davis. So when I stumbled upon Miles Turner, I was actually pretty shocked to consider or to even look the fact that he could have been a good piece for them if they never maxed out PG's or if they never gave PG a max contract or the contract they gave Kawhi, and well, all the things that happened down in the Clippers that prevents them from going into the market for I don't know how many seasons. But Miles Turner could have been a good piece. He's a 211 meter right now, and his 2020 stats are actually pretty interesting. He played 47 games, 31 minutes. He put in 12.6 points per game, had a 47.7 full goal advantage, and 6.5 rebounds per game, and an assist per game. For a big man, that's actually kind of impressive, because we're basically looking at right now at his rebound stats, which is not bad. He had 6.5, basically rounded off to 7 rebounds per game. If you had to look at DeMarcus Cousins and Zubac, they don't have those stats. Their stats are not standing at that right now. So I felt like Miles Turner was going to be that missing piece that they could have fitted in with Kawhi, PG, Batum, and Morris, and they could have made a great starting five. And his salary right now is sitting at 80 million, which is not bad. But yeah, this is just one of those unlikely stories that we talk about. Yeah, I don't know if the Clippers will ever even consider such a guy. But yeah, I was just researching and I stumbled upon him. That's why I put him here. Apparently, there is interest that's being shown on this young man coming from the New York Knicks. I think the New York Knicks wanna trade this guy. I don't know the pieces that they're gonna give the Indiana Pacers, or how they're even gonna trade for him, but they're showing interest. I'll let you know either if it does happen or not. I'll let you know. And my last question is, considering the cap for the Rockets right now and the players that they have, what do you think would be the great fit for the Rockets? They might lose Eric Gordon this coming season. They might lose him. I'm not saying anything. I read somewhere speculations yet again that the Golden State, I think if I remember properly, the Golden State want to trade for Eric Gordon. So, yeah. Do you think the Rockets right now are a great fit? Are they okay the way they are? Or do you think they need more players, or maybe 2 or even 1 player in the mix, whereby there'll be at least runner-ups or, yeah, contenders, championship contenders? If you believe so, leave a comment.
Me personally, I think they should trade him because I think that he is a superstar. I don't think his stock has ever been higher, and I don't think the Blazers have ever been in a position to get as much as they could for him at this particular moment in time. Now, I will openly confess to you that I am incredibly biased. There is no player that I have wanted in New York more than Damian Lillard. I'm talking about a closer. I'm talking about a sniper and a marksman extraordinaire. I'm talking about a guy that has the swag that is made for New York City. Now, in face value, it doesn't look like they would have the assets for him. Obviously, with Julius Randle and R.J. Barrett as the cornerstones of your franchise, what do you have to offer? I would remind everybody that the New York Knicks are expected to have in excess of $70 million in cap space. Okay, they can absorb his salary. I would give them anything they wanted. I would give them Barrett. I would give them Randall. I would give them Obi Toppin. I would give them Mitchell Robinson. I would give them Emmanuel Quickley. I would give them not 1, not 2, but 3 first-round picks. I would give the Portland Trail Blazers all that in a bag of chips just to get Damian Lillard in New York City. That's how badly I would want him if I am the New York Knicks. And for those that think that Damian Lillard would it ever want to be a New York Knick, I'm here to tell you, he'd rather be a New York Knick than a Los Angeles Laker. He'd rather be in the New York market than the LA market. He ain't interested in joining no super team. And more importantly than that, you know, his mentality would likely be, I could get dudes to come and play with me.
Finish. Westbrook, a power dunk. 2-point lead for OKC here in triple overtime.
Shooting King, we tell you that. They're 30th in the league, which is last. He is 22nd. But
Russell!
hold on.
Sorry, Coach.
Let's keep an eye on Westbrook, how he gets down in here, changes direction, gets it, and then he sees the shot blocker. But I'm